It's the NFL on EA Sports. And coming up next, it's the Jets' towering tight end. He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. It's the Jets and the Dolphins, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
Jason Sanders is out, ready to kick this one away. And we're underway at Hard Rock. Fielded at the 7. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So the Jets take the field for their first drive. And bringing them out, an electrifying runner and a former first-round pick back in 2021, Justin Fields.
That's a loss last week, Kate, that he wears. He's worn it all week long, and I know he isn't the only guy out there. There's 11 on the side on every play. A couple of interceptions. He's going to hold himself accountable. A lot of work's gone into making sure this week's game is an improvement on that.
They'll start this one out with Hall. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. Second and 3 now. Shotgun snap to Fields. Into the hands of Garrett Wilson. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. He manages a gain of 8 there. And it'll give the Jets a first down. Putting a receiver in motion. From the gun, it's Hall. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
He's going to snag a couple of yards charging up the gut. It was Tyrell Johnson with the tackle. Got to figure out this third down here. Out of the shotgun, Fields. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing fourth down. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And now they're staring at 4th and long. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. So here come the Dolphins as they get set for their debut series. They'll be led out by a proud Samoan and one of your few fellow lefty QBs, Brock, Tua Tagovailoa.
Some tough luck last week for this quarterback, Kate. 2 touchdowns, the 1 interception, and you just know the way it works. These coaches love to tell us they always think about the losses. They sting way more than the wins. It's the same thing with the quarterback. He's not thinking about the touchdowns. He's thinking about correcting that interception and knowing right here he's got to play some clean ball.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. Couldn't connect across the middle. It's an incomplete pass.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Throwing, here's Tagovailoa on 3rd. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Punt meets him at the 28. It's a nice running on that return. He gets it up past the 35. The Jets are headed back out there now, led by Justin Fields. And he's been somebody who can get the scoring done with his legs just as much as his arm. You can see he's top 5 for touchdowns among NFL QBs. They've got a man in motion. They start the drive with Hall. He loses the football. And the Dolphins got it. Wow, oh wow. He sent his offense out twice now, and both times they fumbled it away. I'm not sure who's more aggravated, the dudes down there or the dude next to me up here.
Well, I'm aggravated, but I know the guy on the field wants to put the offense in the doghouse, like all of them right now. This can't happen in the NFL, Kate. And a lot of guys out there, they got to be looking to one another. Hold each other accountable to hold on to the ball.
And it's still largely a rough outline, Brock. So just like all touchdowns, all turnovers also reviewed, and they want to take another look at this one. All right, so we all know what we're looking for here, Brock. Where did an elbow, maybe a knee, something touch down? And as it does, is the ball loose at that point?
Yeah, throw in forearm, wrist, shin. There's no question the offensive guy's screaming something hit the ground while the defense is hoping it didn't.
So the nice defensive play, all for naught. He was down first, no fumble. Fields out of the gun. On the move. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that pushes him back, third down coming up.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. Ooh, a little movement along the line there. That's going to cost the defense 5 yards.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards.
Still third down.
Now the call helps, but still a third down to figure out now. Fields to throw it. Big gain downfield. And he takes it in. Touchdown, New York. The Jets go up 6-0 here in the first. Garrett Wilson with the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Point after from Carlson is up and good. And the Jets will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Eskridge to return it. Returns looking good so far. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled. Now we're going to see the Dolphin offense for their second drive of the contest. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening first down as they take the field a second time. Up the middle they go with Madison. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Wrapped up on that play by big Quinnen Williams. 5 DBs out there for the Jets. Third down. 2 now from the gun. Hauled in left side. Nowhere really for him to go. He steps out, and they're going to lose some yardage.
I'll tell you, that is a humbling moment to see a completed third down pass actually go backwards instead of towards the sticks.
So the Dolphins readying for the punt. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. He broke 50 on his first punch and looks to have done the same here. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. The Jets are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Shotgun snap, a give to Hall. It's on the turf, the ball's out, he lost it! And the Dolphins got it! And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
The Miami offense headed out there now. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, while a new offense preps to head out, we've got a stoppage. They want to make sure this is a turnover.
Is under review.
Yeah, pretty bang-bang play out there. It's tough to see exactly what happened on our first look in real time.
But you know what I like here, and I do appreciate, and these officials are so good at let the play just play itself out before calling it dead. Now all the replays and the camera angles will give us such a better idea of really what happened.
So the review saves them a turnover. He was, in fact, already down when the ball came free. Here's 2nd and 2. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
First down throw for Fields. That's completed right side. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Hits him on the out route. And he's out of bounds, just short of the 30.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Another throw for Fields. That's complete to Wilson. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Now Fields. Throwing the out route complete. He's got a gain of 6 there. It's Kader Kohu up to make that play.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Another turnover. This time it's an interception. And the Dolphins are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, great team defense here. Somebody hit him in there, caused that pass to float on him a bit, and it gave the linebacker time to race in and make the interception.
And you know what team stands for, right? T-E-A-M. Together, everyone achieves more. It took all of them together. Took that rush to impact the quarterback and took that linebacker to deliver on the other end a critical takeaway.
Offense returning to the field now for the Dolphins. And they're still looking for their first signs of life on offense. Haven't even been able to get a first down off this defense just yet. They'll start the drive with Achane. And this one gets up to the 14-yard line before he's stopped. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. They'll stick with Achane. And defenders are there to get him at the line. It was Andre Sisco who hauled him down there. And it's a nickel look from the Jets, 3rd down. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Starts the return at the 34. And it ends up a good return for him, up past their own 40. The Jets send receiver Garrett Wilson back out to take possession. And unless the coverage adjusts to slow him down, Brock, he's going to be busy and a productive target for them throughout the rest of this contest. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Time for the 2nd quarter of play. It's Jets football. They're looking at 2nd and pretty short. Hall takes it straight ahead. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And it's good enough for a New York first down. Here's Hall once more. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. It's Kader Kohu up to make that play. Halfway there on first down, that brings up 2nd and 5. From the 28. This is reeled in by Wilson. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Working inside the red zone. Caught near the goal line. And that's a New York touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Carlson now to add one more. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jets double their lead to 14. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Eskridge on the return. This return makes it up to the 25. Miami set to take over once again on offense. And it's not good, Brock, when you're discussing their punter as one of your early game MVPs, but they just haven't been able to get anything going so far.
No, you'll hear some old school coaches, especially defensive-minded coaches, Kate, and they'll say, hey, man, there's nothing wrong with the drive ending with a kick, right? As a quarterback and as an offense, maybe that was the way you played the game back in the day, but not modern football. You've got to go score.
First down, here's Tua. He's on the move, and he's going to go down. Jets brought the pressure and got to him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Another try following the sack. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. They kick the running back in motion. Here he is on 3rd and long. Finds him over the middle. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
You know, I don't mind the scheme. In fact, I like the call. Just not on that 3rd down in particular. Need to get it closer to the sticks to have a chance to move those chains.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And they've had a real connection looking his way in our opening half. Seems pretty clear that he's the one the coverage is going to have to adjust to and start slowing down. On 1st and 10, it's Fields. That's caught. It's Breece Hall. He's contained at the line for no gain. That was a Fatu Melifonwu there to make the play. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Shotgun snap to Fields. That's caught. He finds Alan Lazard. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10. Hall running between the tackles. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Minkah Fitzpatrick in on the stop. All right, here we go. 2nd down. They go right back to Hall. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. It's Cater Kohu up to make that play. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Out of the shotgun, Fields. Flushed out of the pocket. He tucks it and takes off. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the first down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
Ball at the 33 for first down. To the left side and reeled in by Wilson. And he gets back to the line, but no more.
And the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
They give on 2nd to Hall. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Tackle made by Jordan Brooks. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9. They give to Hall on the draw. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. 4 yards the pickup that time, partner. They're set up closer. 4th and goal upcoming.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that will add to their score.
A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Dolphins sending their offense back out there. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. 1st and 10 now. Here's Tagovailoa. Escapes out to the left. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Never ever a great look when your quarterback's picking himself up a few seconds into a drive. They're going to need a lot more fight on 2nd down and a whole lot of yardage to get this back on track.
Inside handoff goes to Madison. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. We've hit the 2-minute warning now at Hard Rock. It's the Dolphins with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Throwing again. Here's Tua. That's caught. Devon Achane. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, kid, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it. You know, it's fascinating how those routes you run so many times in practice become a whole lot more difficult in the actual game. That was an important 3rd and short to convert. Very surprised to see that play fail.
That hits at the 9, but nobody around to grab it. It carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And as he accumulates catches this season, Brock, some have stuck out to us more than most, and we had one of them on that last drive as he's reached a significant milestone for himself this year. Finds his target, Hall. And he'll get it up to the 27.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
He'll get this complete to Lazard. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40. All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. Fields out of the gun. Hall there to haul it in. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. The Jets take their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. From just shy of midfield on 2nd down. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
All set up now for 1st and 10. Now it's Fields. Wilson's got it. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. Timeout taken by New York. That's its 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Fields on 1st down. And that one's behind him. That's incomplete.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
And they will score. Touchdown, New York! The Jets get more points to end a lopsided first half. Malachi Corley, the touchdown. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Carlson good on the extra point. And the Jets make it a 24-point ball game. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. The Dolphins offense returning to the field a final time before the half. And with field position and the clock against them, probably not going to see anything of substance here before halftime. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. He'll throw it. And that is incomplete. 8 seconds left now. No luck finding his receiver that time. So it'll be 2nd down. Westbrook-Akine, the man in motion right. Looking to throw. It is caught left side. And he's able to get it past midfield and down into the Jets side. One final shot before halftime. Getting out to his left. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's tackled for a short gain. So at the end of 2, the Jets really playing road warriors here. They've got the lead. Now it's up north to Orlando for a look around the league. We've got Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the 3rd quarter. Eskridge on the return. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. And they may say they're not paying attention, but everybody maintaining a constant eye on the current playoff picture. A lot on the line each week for the teams that think they have what it takes to make a run in the postseason. Tagovailoa working from the pistol. Rolling left, buying some time. Now here he goes. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Tua looking to throw. Flush down out to his left. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. That was Jermaine Johnson there to make the play. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. They motion Waddle over left. Out of the shotgun, a give to A.J. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense.
Holding offense.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Running it after the penalty. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Hits him on the out route. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Tagovailoa throwing on 4th. That's cut beyond the marker. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. They stun the defense with a gain of 14 on 4th down and pick up the first.
Oh, so close to getting off the field. But the 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another 4th down.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Running right, it's Madison. And he's going to be just inside the 10 before he goes out. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down. Tua now from the gun. And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone. Incomplete.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
Aubrey puts it through. And that lowers the lead to 21.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Returning it from the 4. He stopped on the return at the 27. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's Fields to throw. Escapes the pocket. He'll try and run this. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it'll give the Jets a 1st down.
Well, I can tell you what, that was the goal from the moment he took off. Kept his eyes locked on the chains and made sure he set them up with a new set of downs. Well done.
On 1st and 10, it's Fields. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. Here's a give to Hall. And that one's forward for 1, maybe 2 yards. Zach Sealer there to bring him down. And the Dolphins in a nickel set for this 3rd down. Now Fields. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
And that one comes down at the 2 before bouncing into the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins and Alexander Madison ready for another go on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Complete out to the right side. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. They'll run. This is Madison. And he's able to get it to the 21 as he goes down. It's going to be a pickup of about 2. That leaves him with 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Jets get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
You know, Kate, so often they say that defense is just reactionary. They're just reacting to what the offense is doing. But I'll tell you what, when you got a defensive call like that, the right personnel, nickel coverage, the right defensive plan, it plays such a huge role in helping take the ball away.
The visitors and Breece Hall about set to go on offense. And while we watch these replays from the booth partner, he's probably remembering these plays from the coach's doghouse, you think? Yeah, coughed up the football multiple times, turned it over. We'll see if they continue giving it to him or if they call it a game for him at this point. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
From the gun, it's Hall. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, an instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set.
Bouncing football. Oh, the fumble jumps out of bounds. What a break there for the offense. All right, so they're facing 4th down now, but they are grateful, no doubt, to be facing it. After that sideline right there saved them on the fumble.
Yeah, saved them, Kate, not just on the field, as you're saying, but on the scoreboard. Would have hurt to fumble it away inside field goal range. But thanks to that ball bouncing out, they'll get a chance to try a field goal, or who knows, maybe even go for it. Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Eskridge on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Dolphins returning their offense and this running back to the field. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. On first down, they're going to start out with Achan. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Will McDonald there on the tackle.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
And his drive forward halted after a couple of yards. That was Jermaine Johnson there to make the play. So now here's 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Here's Tagovailoa. That's caught for the first. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Caught by Westbrook-Akine. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
I really like the timing of that screen call to the perimeter. Get the ball in space to operate, and turns into a nice gain.
Now Jalen Wright gets it for the first time. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. So nothing but a pair of field goals added to the board as we arrive at the end of our 3rd quarter. The Dolphins have it to begin the 4th, and this game, it has been a nightmare for them. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. This is caught by Jalen Waddle. And they make the stop, we're going to say, at about the 37-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They motion a receiver left. Even more problems now as they don't get the snap off.
Delay of game, offense.
Man in motion wasn't set in time, just couldn't get a snap away before the play clock expired.
Still 2nd down.
Offense to the line for 2nd down.
Ready.
Here's Tagovailoa. On target to Waddle. And he'll take this across. Touchdown, Miami! The Dolphins putting up points in a game decided. It's a Jalen Waddle touchdown. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
Dolphins leaving the offense out there as they try for a 2-point conversion. Tagovailoa will look to throw. And he goes down, the pressure gets home, and they will not take another 2 off that lead. Ooh, this is so tough, Brock. You understand what he was trying to do, make something happen, ended up outside the pocket, but even some added creativity can't yield 2 points here.
You get down here on these 2-point conversions, the real estate just gets gobbled up in a hurry. Not only for the QB, but the receivers as well. Only so much time to try to make something work before that defender said, "Not in my house."
Return coming from the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays that follow. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
They start the drive with Hall. And he'll take this up to about the 34 before he stopped. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. It's Hall on the carry. And he's going to get this up across the 35 to maybe the 37. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3. Out of the shotgun, Fields. He's on the move. He's running for it. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that 1st down anyway. Ugh.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43.
Here we go.
Shotgun snap, a give to Hall. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Oh, looks like the defense got a little too excited there, and that's going to be a penalty.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early.
Still 2nd down.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. They'll run here following the penalty. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They manage a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4. Fields out of the gun. Buys time. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Well, partner, I think this defense had enough. This QB has been getting out of the pocket and doing damage with his legs. But not this time. Great pursuit, great effort, and they're able to wrap him up for the sack.
Oh, they are loving this one. It flies out of bounds, and it wasn't too far off the end zone. They're going to say it crossed at the 3. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with Madison. And his charge towards the line, that's right around 3 yards. Second down now, 7 to go. Tua setting up to throw. It's caught left side by Hill. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And he's able to get it to the 21 as he goes down. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 21. Short pass brought in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Tua off the play fake. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So it's 2nd down coming up. Again, it's Tagovailoa. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Hey, Kate, you know this from covering the Seahawks, calling their preseason game. When Pete Carroll was there, if he said it once, he said it 100 times. Stay on top, stay on top, stay on top. You'll give up a short little out route like that, but just stay on top of the deep threat. That's a nice job there by the linebacker. He kind of looks like a cornerback on that, doesn't he? Perhaps those cover guys are going to have a little fun with him in practice this week because he looked like a DB right there, swatting the incompletion.
Desperation time here on 4th. He finds it beyond the marker. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out, well, they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
Moving quickly, trying to get set again. First down, here's Tua. He'll get it complete to Alexander Madison. And he's able to get it past midfield and down into the Jets side. Here's Tua again. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. And he'll take this across. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins get it back to within 2 possessions. Tyreek Hill the touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Extra point is good by Sanders. And the Dolphins make it an 11-point ball game. Still down a couple of scores after that. They're going to set up for the onside kick. And the Jets are able to recover the kick. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Well, kind of feels like we're starting to get to that point, Brock.
And what point is that, Kate?
You know, the bold point of the game where you have to try something bold could end up becoming a play that finally sinks them, though.
Yeah, it's time for desperation. Without a defensive stop here, it's really hard to lay out the scenarios for much success. Every second matters now when you don't come up with that onside kick.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Hall takes it straight ahead. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. They go right back to Hall. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Pretty obvious, this defense, man, they need more people around the line of scrimmage. But the minute you do that, Kate, start opening up those throwing lanes. This is how balance takes apart a defense.
It's the 2-minute warning from Miami. Jets leading by 11. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Here's Hall once more. And that hit stops him in his tracks. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game.
Don't jump, ready?
They give on 2nd to Hall. And it's a gain on the run down to the 23. No surprises here. Defense quick to stop that clock. We've got 1:53 left in this game. They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Hall running between the tackles. And this is run down into the red zone at the 19. Now whistles and a timeout taken quickly by the defense. 1:50 left to go. They'll run for it with Hall. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. And that run won't come close. That's a turnover on downs.
Certainly looking for that nail in the coffin, the knockout punch, a touchdown, and 3-possession lead that could put this one out of reach. Hey, it's a luxury they could afford to take in that spot. Built themselves up a little buffer here, Kate, but it's never over till it's over.
The Dolphins offense ready to go as they take the field. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. Tagovailoa on 1st down. Completed over the middle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. On 1st down, here's Tagovailoa. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Clock running. Dolphins will hurry to the line. After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. Finds him over the middle. And a nice gain here, but it's stopped short of the 1st. Clock running. Dolphins will hurry to the line. That's complete inside the 35. And he hits the end zone. Touchdown. I hope nobody left early, Brock, because we have still got a game. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side defensively they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
So now a big spot for the Dolphins here as they line up for two. Here he is to throw. And they get the two-point conversion. Nice catch in the end zone there. They're back within a field goal now. Well, the comeback is proceeding according to plan, Brock. That conversion trims this to a field goal game. Now get that ball back, baby. Get it back.
And you know that special teams coach is down there telling his guys that. Don't come back to these sidelines. Don't come off this field unless you go get me the ball to give this offense yet another opportunity.
As we approach the final half minute of play, their comeback hopes resting on recovering this kick. And the Jets come up with a football that should just about ice this game. And he works this to the 38 before going down. The visitors and this running back headed back out for a new series. And his production is carried over into this second half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they placed upon him. No timeouts remaining here, partner, so they can just run out this clock. With the win in hands, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So it's a road win for the Jets. And they take not just the victory, but some serious year-long bragging rights home with them after this one, as they finish off the sweep of their division rivals. So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a well-earned win for the Jets as we say so long from Miami.